call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Tom Nolan takes on Charlie Campbell this Saturday at UFC Fight Night, Perth, Australia. He was supposed to be taking on Evan Elder, who had to back out, so now Charlie Campbell is stepping in to take this fight on relatively short notice. So Tom Nolan, 25 years old, 6'3", with a 73-inch reach, 9-1 in his career, 25, not even into his prime yet. Only loss coming to Nicholas Mota in his UFC debut, where he got caught on the feet pretty early into that fight. But since then, he's been on a 3-fight winning streak, looking to make it 4 against Charlie Campbell. Tom Nolan, he's a southpaw striker. You really have to wade in through his rangy attacks and his kicks to get in range to hit him. Has really good kicks to the body, to the legs, teep kicks to the body, switches it up with knees. Just very aggressive forward pressure with a lot of diverse ranged attacks. Mixes things up very well. Can fight at range, but also works very well with knees and elbows in close. And throws really good fluid combinations. Doesn't really let guys breathe. It's kind of always there in your face, giving you something to think about. Fights at a very high pace, with a lot of volume. Has really good cardio. Has decent takedown defense, 66%. Tall and rangy, so he's kind of like that 4 legs table, whereas he's always got something to kind of post on the ground, which kind of helps him to stay upright. Really long arms for chokes as well. Looks for front chokes, things like that. So can get hit. Obviously, in the fight against Nicholas Mota, he got dropped and KO'd, and then got hurt several times in his previous fights as well. Taking on Charlie Campbell, who's 30 years old, 6 foot with a 72.5-inch reach, 9-2 in his career. And he's kind of similar, pressure fighter, crispy boxing, fast, powerful, good uppercuts, stiff jab, hard leg kicks. Was battering Trevor Peek's leg in their fight, but he was also getting his legs eaten up in his fight against Chris Duncan. So I think Charlie Campbell, hard-nosed dude, very tough, willing to take one, to dish one. He's on a 3-fight winning streak himself. Hasn't fought since April of last year, though, so going to be a little bit of ring rust potentially in this one, taking it on short notice against a guy in Australia. Not exactly the best recipe for success for something like Charlie Campbell, so I'm going to go with Tom Nolan in this one. I do think Charlie Campbell has the striking ability and just the toughness, the grit to go tit for tat with Nolan and get respect on the feet. I think he's super dangerous himself, has a lot of finishing potential, can hurt guys any second of the fight, and I think he can find Nolan's chin in the middle of the exchanges, honestly, because again, Nolan can get hurt. Hard for me to trust his chin, honestly, from what I've seen. He was dropped by Victor Martinez in round 1, briefly rocked by Alex Reyes in their fight. He's just very aggressive, gives opportunities for guys to get takedowns or land strikes as he's coming in. Charlie Campbell, he has a good chin, but he was getting rocked and pushed back by Trevor Peek in this last fight, kind of desperately shooting for takedowns. He wasn't really responding very well to the pressure and the volume coming his way. It kind of looked like as the fight was progressing, he was kind of starting to fizzle out and getting a little panicked on the feet, which is understandable because Trevor Peek is just a marauder. The dude's a savage. There's no quitting him. He's constantly pushing forward, looking to hurt you. But I think Tom Nolan, I think he has the same ability to do that against Charlie Campbell. But I think he's got more technique, more accuracy, more skill. I think he'll be throwing more diverse strikes than Trevor Peek did, kind of battering Campbell's legs, who, again, Charlie Campbell was getting his legs beat up by Chris Duncan. He doesn't have the biggest legs, was getting them eaten up by Chris Duncan in their fight. So I think Tom Nolan just going to be a little bit too big, a little bit too precise, going to be putting a lot of volume and kind of snowballing against Charlie Campbell in this one, who, again, taking this fight on short notice, don't really know what type of camp he's had, whereas Tom Nolan been in a full training camp. He had a decent performance against Vakhitov Borshev in his last fight. Kind of looked like he was himself starting to fizzle out a little bit in that fight, which is understandable because Borshev is very good. He's very underrated, but I just think Nolan's going to have more weapons. Battering the legs, battering the midsection of Charlie Campbell, further sapping at his gas tank, and just putting more out there and more to be judged. And I think that he'll slowly start to take over the fight against Charlie Campbell and get the win in this one. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get Charlie Campbell out of there. He is very tough, but I think Tom Nolan will be able to do enough to get this win to get the win in this one. Maybe find the finish on the feet, but I'm gonna go Tom Nolan to get this one done. I don't know what the odds are. He's minus 160, which isn't that big of a favorite considering Campbell taking this on short notice, but yeah, I'm going to go Tom Nolan to get this one done by decision. Thanks.